Hello all, Havoc here. Let's get ready to play some Space Engineers. Okay, so in this episode we're going to kind of pick up where we left off. I kind of rebuilt a little bit, made some small changes, nothing too drastic. Minor changes you guys might have checked and noticed is I added another battery and I elevated the solar panels. Also, I used conveyors in the corners instead of 90s like I did last time. After I built it, I thought about it. I mean, literally, I finished welding and I was like, man, I should have put conveyors there. The reason is because now I can't put more tanks. Now I can put more tanks off of these, and I can also put an ice refinery and off the side, so we can get O2 that way as well. So, yeah, I literally just got done cleaning this up, copying, pasting in some new ships. So we're kind of back where we started. The Kestrel is here. She needs to go back into orbit, which we are going to go do here in just a second. Because this isn't where she's supposed to be. Alright, so one of the things I want to do before I go into orbit, actually, rotate a little bit to the right there. There we go. I'm hoping this can be done gently. Okay, so what I plan on doing is letting my mouse rest, just setting it down. Don't touch my mouse now. And slowly lower the Kestrel to the surface and get her to level out on the surface. There's going to be some damage, that's fine, I can repair it. Okay, so she appears to be level. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight up. Actually, hold on. I missed one minor step that I should be doing, which is going to totally mess everything else up. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go straight up. And we're going to take it up to 2,000 meters. And then from there, we will actually we're going to go up to 1,000 just because I reduced the world size because we're playing in such a confined area. There's no reason to have a max world size, and that's what I had running. So we'll go up to 1,000 meters and we'll stop there. Alright, that's close enough. Okay, so this will be the start of how we're going to be doing things for now. So one of the things we're going to make sure to grab is going to be O2 bottles because we no longer have those down on the planet. Bottles. So leave 3 here, 3 on the planet, and 1 on us. So in the next coming episodes, I'm going to go through getting everything set up on the Kestrel. We have a few things to continue working on. I think one of the things you pointed out, sorter connectors for the Kestrel. Those are the ones we're going to use for down below. We also need to add the projector. Updating fleet. I feel as though that's completed. Edit public text. I feel as that's completed. Sorters, connectors, that's the ones we're talking about. Thing 1 and thing 2 are bringing up that the input-output. Small drone to follow us and resupply. This one needs to be last on the list, I think. The projector, that does need to get placed still. But I'm actually going to remove that one. I'm going to remove that one because... No, I'm going to do it. Okay, because the last time we used it, the projector ended up way out in the middle of Timbuktu. So you guys were saying is all I have to do is man, I really messaged. No, that's not too bad. So autosave's enabled, but I'm still going to go ahead and do that from time to time just to be on the safe side. So let's see here. We want to go with this and this. Great. Okay. So Court Gesture brought up the fact that I could be using the Space Engineers tool configurator to repair the saved game files. I tried it and it said missing sectors, unable to repair. So I tried to load it, I tried to repair it, I tried all kinds of fanciful things that the software does and would not work. So hence why we are rebuilding today, not picking up where we left off today. So the other thing you guys were saying to do is to do this, is to come here, stand perfectly in line with this, turn our inertial dampeners off and our jetpack off. Do I still have any motion? So I do. Okay. So in theory, we're going to fall straight down the direction that items will fall as well for our little space elevator. And this is something I think would be pretty awesome. Take a drink of my tea here. So the reason I think a space elevator is going to be pretty cool is because we'll be able to take things until we get refineries down on the station or down on the planet. We'll be able to take things up to the Castrel and then request items to drop down below. So one of the things that I should have done before I left the surface with the Castrel was I should have came around and drilled a hole to mark where the stuff's going to land. So we're going to go ahead and do something else. We're just going to go new, station, like that. And luckily our velocity was way low and nothing came of it. So we go here, G, all blocks. Are you serious? Is this really a thing? Do I get items back from this? Oh, that's so cheaty. I'm totally not doing that. Inventory. Drop. I am not doing that. That's cheaty. I didn't even realize I did that. So in theory, that's where the Castrel's belly would land if we threw stuff out. Wait. I turned trash off. I had trash disposal on. I didn't catch that in the last time we did this. So if we go to inventory, no, we go to control panel first. Okay, so the problem with this is there's now a connector, not a dropper. So I don't think this will work. And there's several, so crap. Alright, so we'll look into that here in just a few. But in theory, the auto trash removal is off. And it was on before, so that will be a little bit more helpful. So I'm going to try to get a little bit more squared away this time around. And thanks for the world save. I was just thinking about doing that exact thing. So we're going to throw 3 of those in there. And we're going to need to go up and grab some items from the Castrel again, which I didn't do that while she was down here on purpose. It seems kind of weird that I would do such a thing, but in theory she would be in orbit, so the idea is that to make that such a pain in the ass that you think a little bit longer and harder about the loss of or need of items. So let's see here. We got this guy. He's down here to work. You don't have... Oh, you do, but it's not really affected, is it? How much storage does that have? Not much at all. It's mostly holding ammo for the gun, because that's what it's designed for. So it'd be nice to be able to ride these up there. And last time I put a seat on here, one of my buddies was messaging me saying, "Man, you almost killed yourself. Do you realize you put the seat right in front of the thruster?" It's like, no. So I went back and looked, and sure enough, I'm like, put the seat like right here, right next to the thruster. Totally, completely shocked that I did not kill myself. So, let's see, let's go with number 9. Interior plate, I don't think we have any. Yeah, I didn't think so. So, alright, so the seat idea is out. At least for the time being. So we're going to need to get... do these things have interior panels? Oh, they do. Or, sorry, Reaper. But, it's for the good of the cause, man. Alright, so now we can use the Scorpion to get around a little bit easier. It'd be nice to use the Cass to get around easier, but, yeah, she's not really built to be helping us in that fashion. She just doesn't have the storage we need. I thought I'd just grab some interior plates. Inventory, grab some steel plates. What block did I just click on when looking that it said it had interior plates in it? Alright. Havoc, thanks. You know, I just had to check. You never know. Okay, so you have some interior plates. And you have some interior plates. Okay, so if I do this, there. Is that enough for me to sit in this chair? Number 9. It's enough to weld it. Okay. So let's take this block off. We should be able to put a chair there. Why not right there? Oh, there we go. That's what we want it to be. There. That's total shenanigans. Alright. Great. Okay. Scorpion Arc 3. Remote control. Control. 3. That's weird because the chair is pointing the complete opposite direction and our temperatures are off. That's good times. Alright, so... Alright, so next thing up I think we're going to need to do is we need to get a medicals bay online. We have the Castrels, but in theory we'd want one down here on the planet. That's going to be a pretty important thing. We're going to need it for health, we're going to need it for oxygen, and we can definitely use it for energy as well. So now that we got our ride situation for items squared away, let's go ahead and throw a med bay down. Can we have the basic component maybe? And that's interior plates, which we don't have any more of. So okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut away now. I'm going to go up and get all the components we need for a med bay and a storage container. Because I'm also going to look and see if we have enough for a refinery. Let's take a look at that together real quick before we run off. A refinery for a large shipping station, 1,200 steel plates. Okay. So that's going to be something to work on. So I'm going to go ahead and get the medical bay. Do you take steel plates as well? You take lots of stuff, and I think I have all that except steel plates, which this requires. And how about... Okay, so we can build one of these. Let's go over here. So we want to build a small cargo container, a medical bay, a refinery, and an assembler. Both of which require a ton of plate. Unless I put them on a small ship. Can I put a refinery on a small ship? I can. That seems kind of cheaty. I actually want to see what it looks like. Oh, it's so cute. Look at that. Oh, that is so cute. What do you guys say? Should we build a small ship, a small refinery ship? Because we're talking about building stuff to look like Command and Conquer style buildings and stuff. And I think that would make kind of cool for a harvester to have some of those incorporated into it and stuff. I think that'd be pretty cool. I might have to look into doing that. I feel it's kind of cheaty. But yeah, I don't know. We'll look into it. So, okay, I'm going to go up there. I'm going to grab some supplies and see you guys on the other side of the cut. Okay, so I'm getting the last of the things together. We had some iron inside one of the assemblers, so I'm getting to be able to have, it looks like, enough steel plates to produce the refinery and maybe even an assembler. So that's what I'm looking to do now, is to gather enough supplies to do that. So motors, computers, and that. For this guy, we need some small tubes, displays, and computers. Oh, we need construction components. I have not grabbed any of those yet. So let's see, construction components. I want to make as few trips as possible, so there's some in here, that's good. So just looking at the recipes to make sure that we do make as small a trip as possible. So let's go ahead and check some small tubes. I think I already grabbed a couple, so we're going to grab a couple more. Come back over here. Displays, I know I just grabbed some small steel tubes now. Metal grids, I grabbed 200 of them a minute ago. I'm going to grab some more displays to be on the safe side. Alright. Okay. Alright, so we're getting there, guys. Alright, so we're going to head back down to the surface. Actually, we're going to go ahead and do this real quick. Now we're going to head back down to the surface. Convinced that we're going to be okay for supplies. So we're going to go ahead and head down. So I'll see you back, guys, on the surface. After the cut, we'll come back and we'll get some more components added to the station. So see you on the other side. Okay, so here we are back on the surface. We're going to start out by putting our medical station down. And I'm thinking about putting it... where I wanted to put it, it doesn't want to let me place it there. I was thinking about placing it just like this, but... let's see. Need some steel plates. To place that, we need some interior plates, so let's grab some of those. Let's grab those and a couple of those. Alright, so if we do this, then I can place it where I want it to, which would be like that. Alright, so that'll be our medical bay. Be kind of tucked out of the way. Let's see, where do we want to put our storage container? Well, I guess it kind of makes us up to where we're going to be putting our refinery to start. Okay, so we want to be able to fill or offload from both the Reaper and a possible early vehicled, like wheeled, tracked object. So I think we're going to do something like this real quick. Like so, like so. Come over here. Where is the refinery? And of course, the Scorpion's in the way. So, Scorpion. I was wishing it's not easy to move my car. Just, you know, like right click and poof, it's moved. So I think if I put it facing the other direction, like this, we'll have, I like this. Okay, so the reason I like this is we'll have a port here. Okay, we have access to all of our upgrades, and then we have a port on the top as well, right there. So the Reaper will be able to come and offload directly into it. The same will be on the front. We'll be able to offload with wheeled vehicles. All our upgrades go here, and then we have a tube out the back to go where it needs to. So it's not too bad for an early game start. So we do want to do this though, because that doesn't work. Alright, so that would be that voxel system that I was talking to you guys about with, yeah, station blocks now float away. Of course, when that's enabled, and as it's going to be more prevalent on gravity, or planets with gravity, I figured we'd turn it on now. And that's why. Because normally we would have just placed that block, called it good, and just went on with life. This block would have stayed right where it was. It's obviously not counting as being connected here. So maybe if we do something like this, that'll count? Not sure. I guess I can leave those blocks in the back, it'll be fine. And I'll take this one back out. Let's see here. Right, so let's go ahead and... I don't remember if we grabbed any glass, which that's not exactly a necessity, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. So we need to build a storage container. That was one of our things we're going to do. So we're going to put it here. It gives us access to it from multiple sides. Eliminates the ground connection, but I'm okay with that for right now. And this guy has, he does, okay. So we're going to put this like this. Yes, so that'll give us connection going back up onto here, connection out this side, and then another connection out the top, plus a couple of upgrade slots as well. So hopefully, all things considered, I'll be looking for oxygen and energy. So let's go ahead and grab a seat, just to be on the safe side. Okay, Scorpion, control. Alright, remember this is all going to be temporary, guys. The whole end game is to build an actual fully functioning large-scale base. Alright, so it looks like we got everything up and going. That's pretty awesome. I didn't think we'd get the refinery up because of the amount of supplies it requires. So, feel pretty cool and very comfortable about that. So let's go ahead and climb in here. And let's get these batteries. I don't think these batteries are charging. They are not. So let's see, what are they recharge rate at? 5 hours. That's going to be a while. And just to be on the safe side. For backup. Alright. Better safe than sorry. I've had too many crashes lately to be, that's why I'm a little gun shy about this. So, alright, so it's really compact. I mean, obviously I can make this way more compact than this, but some of you guys were talking about some pretty impressive things. Like, you guys want to see some, like, bases that unfold and stuff like that. And I've had some ideas for things, but right now I just want a stable game and a stable computer. Then I'll start getting crazy again. So for now, we are online. Yeah, what I would really like is to see how much energy that thing's going to suck down when we are harvesting. Actually, instead of doing this, we're going to do this. We're going to go... Okay. Reaper. Control. And we're going to miss the riverbed because we don't want to screw with that. Alright. I just realized that we can't see our, oh, okay, there it is right there. That sucks. I really wanted to go down to that silicon. Alright, so we're going to come over here where we know there's some ore. We're going to grab some ore real quick and we're going to throw it into the refinery and see how we can do for that. Alright, so here we go. Alright. For some reason, we're stuck. That was really weird. Alright, trying a little bit of rotating on that to see if that helped any. It appeared to help a bit. So, alright, so that'll give us some iron, which we are going to need for more steel plates, because we're going to need lots of steel plates for base construction, right? So, alright, so let's grab this. We'll take this back real quick. And see how much power we're going to consume just refining some iron. Alright. Another thing we're going to want to start looking at is our fuel. We don't have uranium on this rock that we know of, so that's going to be a pretty critical resource. Alright, so let's take this. Alright, so it happens. Yeah, we are low on power. That's what that atrocious sound is. By how much? Just flat out overload. But the batteries are charging as Batteries are charging as well. So with the batteries and the solar panels, we can easily produce enough. What happens if we turn the batteries off? Are the solar panels on that? No. So with the batteries, we can produce some ores. Fully depleted in 10 minutes. That's not bad. That's considerably better than I thought it would be. Drastically better than I thought it would be, actually. Having a production facility on the planet's surface is going to make things drastically easier. Alright, so we are online, guys. We're going to wrap up the episode here. Let's go ahead and climb in here. Okay, let's look at inventory of the refinery. It's nearly done. Obviously, we should be doing this through a blast furnace, but those things use even more energy. So these guys are just a little bit better off for what we're doing right now. So control panel, batteries, back to recharge. Alright, so we're going to wrap up the episode here. We're back on our feet. Not literally. So we're going to start getting things going in the right direction again. We're going to get the input-output on the Castrol updated and try to get our gravity chute to work. I think that's going to be pretty awesome to be able to just do that. And again, apologizing for yesterday, the lack of video. And so episode 193 headed your way here, guys. So this is Havoc. Have fun. Keep gaming.